slave? Answer me!
What's it?
What be this?
I don't have the time.
Israel! 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 Ìkọ̀kọ̀ ní gbọ́ mi gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó tó máa sọ̀sọ̀ nú ẹ̀. Tèmi ló máa gbàgbé yìí. Ṣọlọ́rí ọ̀pẹ yẹn ni. Àgbàyà.
Israel, you see say your wife don't run leave you. Even though you still marry another one tomorrow, it go still run leave you. You just dey fool yourself, you dey phone say you dey loyal. That's not loyalty. That one you be like say person wey no get sense. But my you over here do work because over here do you gbe you vien no pe abi. No matter what. You know say me you no respect person, but the way we are we only respect. That one not be respect. Imagine you just dey follow person, you just turn yourself to sleep. You think say your wife go dey happy, they see all these things. Even though you all they pretend, but how long? Because you go they shame, you get friends. Just you see your husband they like that for ground every time. My oga. If they say your wife say Davido don't tire for you, not truth. Because even the way you do one, Davido don't tire.
It's on social media.
You know, so you need to change your character. Stand as a man. If you want respect person, you got to respect person. Not be the one where you do.
Everything I see for social media.
You don't see married. You don't understand. Say you be pride to your
just
wife.
Just the user and they want show.
The wife will come show me that. All your friend go say, yeah, go see your husband. It doesn't like that again. I even so that the way the video today, when they respond to you, he be like you the disturbance.
Shiela, the ex-wife of Davido's logistic manager, Isreal DMW, has come out to say her own part of the story. She said, all that Isreal said is not what it is. She said, I have never had any problems or issue with the job that Isreal does. After all, this job is what he has been doing, and that job is honorable. Who would not want to do such a job? It is paying, but it is the dignity aspect of it that I'm talking about. Job with dignity, dignity with job. Do your job with dignity. But that is not even the pressing issue or pressing matter here, according to her. If you could go back some couple of weeks ago, Isreal DMW said some things that struck a nerve. He said, marrying a lady because you met her during evangelism as a virgin, a pastor's daughter, a member of your same Winners Chapel church, might not guarantee anything peace at all. Don't be too eager or quick to trust people. People can change at any time. People can be ungrateful and deceptive. I met Shiela February 19, 2022. We became friends, which later became intimate. She told me she would only lose her virginity to the man that would marry her, since her UGEP Cross River mother, who is now 41, who had earlier married 2 different men with 2 kids before marrying her father, and that she was overdue at 21 for marriage. Now, in response to this, Davido dropped some caption that I believe is a response or a kind of caution to Isreal DM. Maybe he had spoken to Isreal, but Isreal did not listen. Or it could also be that there's just no way out of it. I don't know why Davido had to drop that caption. Davido said that you should not talk and keep talking. Hold your peace, hold your mouth. So when you speak, your words will carry weight. Meaning, do not just pour everything out. But then, there are mixed reactions as regards this divorce. According to Isreal DMW, he claimed that the Calabar mother of Shiela and the man that is the father of Shiela are gold diggers. But Shiela said this is not what it is. She claimed that Isreal DMW would not allow her put on the generator when electricity goes off, and also that Isreal would often smell her underwear whenever she goes out to the market to buy one thing or the other for the family, and that Isreal acts in a weird manner. Recall that Isreal accused Shiela of sliding to Davido's DM to berate him or to accuse him of this and that. And probably these are the things. If you allegedly, if you're going through this, you're married to a man and you came to his life as a virgin, and you probably for one reason or the other had to go out without him, And upon returning, this man begins to smell your underwear to check where you went, what you have done. You probably want to discuss this with your parents or with him directly. And if that somehow is not making sense, you might be forced to talk to the boss since he is always prostrating on the ground, on the floor, maybe for clout chasing or for social media hype or whatever it is, as you heard from the lady called Izzy. And you also heard from a fellow Benin man who said that the attitude and the behavior of Israel is not acceptable. But then there are those who are telling Israel to continue doing what he does, because there are thousands of people out there who will jump at the slightest opportunity to get that job as Davido's logistic manager. Well, this is how this young man started. If he is to stop now, it probably might appear like this is not the Israel that I know. I don't know how they will be able to resolve conflict if he's not falling on the floor. Do not forget that Israel, apart from laying on the floor several times, there are certain things he does that might not be acceptable to Davido or to people around. But the only way he gets out of these things is by prostrating on the floor. Remember, Davido and Israel had issues. They had to split and they returned back again after talks here and there, mediation here and there. So this is what he does. Davido somehow, according to what you hear from his fellow Benin man, is kind of tired of the attitude and the way this guy goes around doing this type of things. But then, Davido cannot really say he doesn't like it, because humans in general, particularly someone who is famous, a singer, they often like to be praised, they often like to be celebrated. So what are we talking about here? We are talking about a woman that is not comfortable with certain things. He wants his man to stand tall. He wants his man to act responsible. But then, this is what your husband does. That's just what you have to kind of take your eyes off. But for her, she feels sort of like, how can my husband be laying on the floor? Stay as a man and still do your job. You are now married. Change your approach to doing things. You're a married man. You're a married man. You're a married man. You are my king. But please stay humble. Without you putting yourself on the floor, how can my husband lay on the floor, crawl on the floor? So you're going to watch the video. Shiela actually apologized to those that came to their wedding, as the wedding is barely 1 year. It's kind of, they got married, I think, sometimes 2022 November, and the marriage is 1 year and everything has broken apart. She apologized to those who graced that occasion, and she said the narrative that Israel DMW is putting out there is senseless and it is not true. That she never said that he should not work, but what he said is, this guy said he's tired of the way and manner that you put yourself. Put yourself and stand as a man. Be dignified. You are my husband. You don't have to jump into the lagoon, jump into the sea, roll yourself on the road, dirt, just to please him. He's your boss. You've done that. He knows you are loyal. Look for a different approach to show your humility or your loyalty. This is what I have been saying. Now, there are those who believe that the reason why they have problems is because they did not date. But then there is a thin line between dating, courtship, and, the sexual contact of a thing. She says she's a virgin and she will only put herself when they are married. And this is what she did. In fact, this brings me back to what Israel DMW said. The guy has not stopped talking. The guy alleged that wife requested for the money gift that they got during their marriage. In some culture and tradition, or some people personally will hand over that money to their wife or ask their wife to keep the money, that the money belongs to them. But then it depends on the amount of money. If it runs into several millions and heavy millions, maybe they might want to have a discussion over it. Now, Israel accused the parents of this young lady, which I do not see anything wrong in what the parents of this young lady asked for. It could just be a joke, and I don't say anything. They said, look, give us ₦1 million and also buy iPhone 14 or some smartphone for them, because you bet my daughter as a virgin. I don't say anything wrong with that. It's just one of those things like, look, you got our daughter. It took them to kind of encourage her, and also our own, decision and focus and discipline to keep herself as she is without having anything to do with any man until she met you. There's no big deal about that, excluding any other thing that happened between both of you that I don't know. If it is about don't rub yourself on the floor, don't kneel on the floor, don't do this and that, both of you should probably have a kind of discussion. I don't know if you did, but maybe she didn't put it out properly, or maybe you did not understand it. Maybe you both should have gone to a marriage counselor, a good one, not your pastor, because nowadays pastors now seems to be marriage counselor, death counselor, everything counselor. No, go to a proper registered counselor that has experience, and you guys will be able to trash out some of your differences. I do not see anything big deal apart from the issue of money thing that you claim you started observing, that they are gold diggers, they want this and that. If they asked for #1 million, apart from the wedding rites that you guys have done, and they said because you met our daughter as a virgin, you guys could have talked and discussed it. If you wanted to give them a gift, that's not a big deal. I don't say anything big in that one, unless you don't have. If you don't have, then it's a different thing. Then secondly, you did not say your wife does not work, or she's not working right. I don't know what is this all about. You should have handled this properly. And maybe there are certain things that she wants to change in your life. If those things are things that will help you, why not? If you drink alcohol too much and she's trying to reduce it, it's not a big deal. She's just trying to put you right. It's not a big deal. But then nobody wants to marry a woman that will now end up to be your mother. But then a little caution here and there is okay. If your wife has your best interest at heart. But as regards how you make your money, there's no big deal about that. If you know that you prostrate somehow to get yourself out of some, things that you have done, or things that you have wronged your boss, and you just believe that this is the way to assuage him, it's okay. But what she is saying is that put a little bit of caution, put a little bit of dignity into what you're doing. That is what, and also the issue of you not trusting her, smelling her underwear. I don't know how true that is. If that is true, then you are a crazy man. You're a crazy man. Before she met you, she was a virgin. She got married to you as a virgin. Now, you now want to smell her underwear. Does it make sense? That is if truly you are really doing these things. So guys, what do you think about this one? Drop your comment.